All right, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I'm your host, Vays, coming to you live at noon Eastern time on this Friday. Wanted to take a look at the markets now that they've passed that early morning trading as volumes start to die down into the afternoon on a Friday. I'm not going to be able to bring you a video tomorrow, and I don't know about Sunday. So instead of waiting all the way till Monday, I decided to just do one today. Let's go to the chart. This might be one of the shorter streams, and we go from there. All right, so let's see where we are. Here is the long-term view using the weekly time scale, but these bars represent monthly bars. We are heading towards the next bar, and the next bar I have stretches from approximately 26,500 all the way up to 31,000. So it's approximately where we are right now. So that means this bar, if I go to the monthly chart, for a bit of an apples to apples comparison, whoa. And we'll see where we stand. For the current month, I anticipated us to be a little bit lower, somewhere in the mid $20,000 range. But next month, which is the month of August, I expected us to be in the approximately where we are right now, on the upper edge of where we are now, and then the big push coming in September. So that's what I was looking for. Let's see if it amounts that way, and then a pullback, and then a push into the halving, and then a drop after the halving. So we will keep an eye on this monthly chart as we go. All right, here's the weekly chart. The week is coming to an end. We are looking at a doji candle on the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. A second doji candle in a row, creating consolidation. I am perfectly happy with this consolidation. I still believe in a push up to $34,000 and then a pullback probably to a lower price than we are at right now. However, if we correct through time and not through price, if we continue to consolidate all the way into August, which kind of what that my high level chart is anticipating, the higher level. If we continue to consolidate into August, then I will not expect us to get a nice dip. Then I would expect us to go to 34,000 and push through it and start heading towards, infinity. This is our allocation based on Consensio. It's a candle that has reversed all of last candle's gains. This is the last day of this candle, and we will start a brand new candle very, very soon. The new candle will start in 7 hours, 8 hours. And I'm still comfortable with my 100% bullish long positions. Before we go on to the lower level timeframes and traditional markets, check out products and services on tonebase.com, on-demand videos for those looking for some more advanced trading skills that you can learn from watching these videos. My MRI indicator is also available for sale for $400. The price has been dropping over the years. It will probably drop one more time around Thanksgiving, but there's a long way to go till we get there. The Financial Summit coming back to the UAE. November 5 to 10. Come and join an amazing group of traders, investors, money managers, VCs, and all we do is talk finance and investing for a week. Who's Consensio? Wow, I guess I got some new viewers here. Please follow us on YouTube. We're going to start posting lots of educational videos up here soon, waiting for 1,000 subscribers. Unconfiscatable coming to Las Vegas, December 7 and 8, with the poker tournament taking place the night before on December 6th. Was in Swan Spaces earlier today, mostly talked about Larry Fink. Check out the Financial Summit Spaces. We had a large discussion there. You go to Fin Summit. Go ahead and re-listen to yesterday's spaces. You can listen to it on 2x. Post lots of information here, guys. It's a great source. Oh, that was an awesome chart. Gotta retweet that. Forgot to retweet it yesterday. Check out the spaces that we did yesterday, where we dove deep into the markets. Listen to it on 2x speed. It was an hour and 35 minutes long. Okay, here's the daily chart. I really like this daily chart. Yes, we're sitting below the prior swing highs, but we are in range. As long as we are in this range, I will remain bullish. It allows the 50-period moving average to catch up. I would love to see some separation between the 50 period and the 128-day period, but we're going to need a few more weeks before we're going to see that separation happen. Short-term chart. This is the it's a 10-minute chart. That's super short-term. Let's not go there. Here's the 1-hour chart. The 1-hour chart reversed last night at 10 p.m. Not a standard time for reversal. 8 p.m. A little strange. We are above. I'm not even sure what that line represents. I'm just going to get rid of it. I don't think it's useful. And even the top line, I don't think. Maybe they're more useful on a 4-hour scale. Maybe that's what they were there for. I'll leave this one. I will just slide it over. Once we go above 30,900, if I was in a trading competition, I would be placing a leverage bet for the next, half a day or so. I see a GBTC question come in from Barry. Yep, thank you, moderators. Thank you, Mel, for posting that in our chat group as well. This is awesome. I'm going to move this arrow. I anticipated GBTC premium to go up here because I expected Bitcoin price to keep rallying. Bitcoin price kept rallying, but I was very surprised that this Bitcoin rally right here did not contribute to a rise in GBTC premium. I guess there was still a lot of GBTC to go around. That's not what's happening right now. Right now, this Bitcoin price rise is significantly contributing to the premium increase. And this price rise looks even steeper because the premium is trending towards zero. The question is, someone says they've been long GBTC since $10. So if I have you correct, you've been long since here. You, my friend, have been long since January. You've been long on GBTC. And not only did you benefit from a rise in the price of Bitcoin, so since January, really? Let me see. Yeah, January. Let's go back to January. So not only, so you've been long since approximately here, since approximately $18,000. So your question to me is, should you sell GBTC? Well, do you think the price of Bitcoin is going to go down? Are you bearish on Bitcoin? I am not bearish on Bitcoin. I am ready for Bitcoin to go to 34 and possibly higher. I think Bitcoin is in a bull market. So if Bitcoin is in a bull market, not only do I expect Bitcoin to rise in price, I'm also expecting the GBTC discount to continue trending towards zero. So I would not be in a rush to sell GBTC at all. You can see that the GBTC discount is currently at 26, and I saw it at 24 earlier today. So I wouldn't be surprised at all that if we push to 34,000, let me be specific here, in the next month, the GBTC discount would not break above the negative 20% area. So I am continuing to hold my GBTC. You guys do what you want, but I am continuing to hold GBTC. And I would only start considering getting rid of my GBTC for one of two reasons. One, we rally, and I want to be again specific here. We rally to 34,000 very quickly from here. We rallied to 34,000 this month. And I feel that we're going to turn at 34,000 and come back down to below 30. I would probably take some GBTC off the table. Or the discount has evaporated and is within 10%. That's my only other reason. Because in my view, if we continue to consolidate, we will then break above 34K, and 34K will no longer be resistance. See, to me, 34K is only resistance. 34, 35, we can put 34 and a half. It's only resistance until maybe September. Let's put, till BitBlock boom. This is when it's resistance. If we're going to break this area after this line ends, I will no longer see it as resistance, and I think we're going to keep going. Oil. Oil is awesome. Oil has just exited. It has just exited the zone where the US government has pinky swore promise to start buying futures contracts that the next president's going to have to pay for. So they're going to send this thing back down. So once again, the Biden administration has siphoned off like a junkie standing in front of a car with a hose that needs to siphon off gasoline through the hose with his mouth in order to then regurgitate that gasoline for some dollars in order to somehow get reelected. That is what the current administration is doing. They have siphoned off an additional 1.5 million barrels, which brings the grand total for the year of 25 million barrels. They have now siphoned off 25 million barrels so far this year. The year is halfway done. They siphoned off 44 million barrels in their first year and a ridiculous 220 million barrels in their re-election year. They will likely end up siphoning off more oil this year than they did in year one of the administration, and the following year is election year. So it is very, very possible that the day of the election, there is actually 0 barrels of oil in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. That is absolutely possible, that they will siphon off. Well, they still have 25 million more barrels to siphon off the rest of the year, and that would leave them with 325 million barrels. I can see them siphoning off 300 million barrels next year, because that election is more important than the midterm election that already happened. So we could go into the next presidency with less than 25 million barrels in the Strategic Petroleum Reserve, something that held 700 million barrels, or 650 million barrels going into COVID. And the siphoning off took place just as Biden came into office, basically. Trump, in his final year, added oil to the Strategic Petroleum Reserve. Let's not make him out to be a saint. He didn't add much. He added 3 million barrels of oil in his final year. But considering he added 3 million, and the Biden administration has already siphoned off 290 million barrels for the year. For the 2.5 years they've been in office. This is beyond incredible. Beyond incredible. It's like it's really 347. What is this stuff? 320. We are literally at 1984 level of oil. No pun intended. No, below 1984. We're currently at 347. There it is, 1983, August 1983. It's like, wow. Wow. Natural gas ticked down a bit. Interesting. Gold. Gold is on an MRI warning candle, so potential reversal incoming to next week. S&P 500 is rallying into the close. The current candle is actually significantly stronger than the candle 2 weeks ago. You see this red candle? And the current candle is even stronger than that. So I know people are going nuts again. I don't see much bearishness here in the S&P. This is a pretty good week. We're going to close as the second highest week in over a year. So I am bullish going into next week, but next week is an MRI sell. So I would love to see a top be made next week, a blow off top, and then a pullback. And then after that, some more upside. Tesla, I would be looking to take some profit on Tesla here. Next week might be a top in the markets, and Tesla is already on a doji candle after good announcements. I talked about the Euro USD last episode. Here's the Euro USD chart. We're talking about on spaces. Guys, go listen to those spaces. Talked about it in depth. I don't understand how and why the euro has rallied from sub parity to the dollar all the way to $1.09 or $1.10 for 1 euro. I think the party is about to come to an end. I don't understand it. I don't get it. The chart on a weekly scale seems to look bullish, but I mean, maybe Paris isn't burning hard enough for people to understand that the European Union is the new Bolshevik republic. And as bearish as I am on communism, I am even more bearish on Europe. Europe is the Marxist state. I mean, they're following Marxist playbook. I'm hoping Latin America grows out of their Marxist ways that they've been living in the last 30 years, and Europe is growing right into them. It's insane. I personally think the euro is going to go down way below parity, but I'm not going to doubt the fact that right now you have a higher low, but you also have a lower high. So this needs to give in one direction or another. I find it very difficult to believe that it's going to break to the upside. I find this to be very hard to believe. I think we're going to go and break the lows, but this is my opinion based on mostly fundamentals. And Europe has none. But I don't know. I wouldn't risk a short trade here. But if this low gets taken out, and then this low gets taken out, that's where you go. I mean, it's no different than this, right? I would have been, I don't remember. I mean, this was a while ago. This is a slightly lower high, very slightly. Let's see if there was divergence. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Look at this divergence. Beautiful. Look at this turn. This turn takes place on an MRI top. Massive divergence. Wow, look at this. The RSI looks almost identical here. The RSI was equal, but then look at the much lower RSI right there. And look at the much lower MACD. Huge divergence. And how do you know shit's going to hit the fan? Well, you broke this low. You broke this horizontal low, and shit literally hit the fan. How bad? 20%. 20%. That's from that point, right? 20%. And once we took out this low, an additional 10%. So here we go again. Who's ready? We got divergence coming up. If we turn, no MRI though, unfortunately. MRI is going to be tricky to acquire here. I would love to see a turn. I would love to see the break of the low. And now you're looking at 20%. There it is. Boom. And 10% off of the prior low. Yep, there it is. 10%. 11. So that's what I'm looking at for the euro. Like if I'm getting my paycheck in euros, I would be concerned. So I'm envisioning the same thing. I would even raise this thing up, you know. I don't want to be late to this disaster. %, right there. Down to about 0.85 euros to the dollar. And I think it's still overvalued. I can't tell you guys how bearish I am on the euro and the European Union. And I have been for a long time. Fed's going to raise rates. I don't think that has any bearing on the markets whatsoever. Unemployment numbers. Unemployment numbers came in line for the Federal Reserve. Way too many people have jobs. And the Fed is in the business of increasing unemployment in order to reduce inflation. Okay. I said everything I want to say. Someone wanted me to look at NVIDIA. Oh, let's look at the Turkish currency. Guys, if you're in Turkey, you better have Bitcoin. Your currency is hyperinflating again. Again. On the 7th consecutive MRI top, but you can have infinite number of them, right? Because it's a currency market. India, oof, I had high hopes for India. Indian currency, guys. Like, you gotta make sure the US stops fucking with your currency. Your shit is about to become Turkey. If I was in India, I'd be super concerned. This looks bad. Like, this actually looks bad. And the Russian ruble is devaluing. Look at that. Again, hard to know what to make of this. Other than Ukraine is doing well in their counteroffensive for now. I don't think they'll succeed, but they're sure trying. And the Ukrainian currency is, of course, fully backed and controlled by the United States, as the United States government continues to pay every European politician's salary. Thailand's hanging in there. And Mexican currency is increasing nicely. All right, and Brazil, how's Brazil doing? Brazil's hanging in there, okay. All right, guys. That's it for me. Oh, wait, NVIDIA, that's where I was going. Shit. Very bullish chart. Next week could be bullish, but if I'm bearish on the over, see, this is tricky, right? NVIDIA can have a green star candle next week. Meanwhile, the stock market is on a on a red sell. So I wouldn't rush into NVIDIA yet. I think it needs to. I wouldn't rush into NVIDIA right now. I would take it easy. Let me get those SARs up. I think there was one more thing I had to do. Yeah, there they are. It was I had to plot the lucid SARs. Yeah, there they are. It's very bullish on alphanumerics, but look at the monthly. The monthly is coming up on an MRI top soon. The daily looks very strong. What else was I supposed to look at? CE College. Looks very similar to NVIDIA. I would hold off. I would hold off on any bearish trades right, any bullish trades right, or bearish. I would be in cash in the S&P right now. And this does not look that strong to me. We are taking out the prior swing low, sitting at a moving average. This can pull back some more. Though it does have very good support right here. Again, I wouldn't rush into this trade. Oh, here we go. Oh, but a daily MRI top's coming in. JMIA, I'm about to become bullish again. All right, guys. Yeah, I'm sure Bitcoin mining is doing great. Last peek at Bitcoin. Looks good. All right, guys. Thank you all for watching. I got some construction around here, and I will see you all on the next one. Sorry about the noise. Bye, guys. Don't forget, Unconfiscatable Las Vegas, December 7th, and Financial Summit, Dubai, November 5. Later, guys.